Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
Alright team, today we will be talking about Carter Bryant's Summer League performance, but before we get into that, here's something that I haven't promoted in a long time, or I haven't really talked about it. The Spurs Spotlight Discord, I'm going to put the link down below in the comment section or in the description. If it's not in the comment section, just go to the description and it'll be there. But if y'all want to come in here and join, talk Spurs basketball, talk anything basketball related, we do that in here, so y'all be sure to join that up. So far we have 28 members in here, and if you want to keep up with all the Spurs news like we do here on the YouTube channel, be sure to join it up because we do everything, we talk about everything, and you'll know all the Spurs news even before it's up here on the channel. But with that being said, let's take a look at Carter Bryant's Summer League debut. Shout out to Spurs Muse for posting these stats on X. And Carter notched 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist on 3 for 8 field goal and 1 for 6 3-point shooting. And I think the thing that was most talked about after his game was I think he had 7 fouls and 3 turnovers. And I'm gonna just say straight off the rip, like, I'm really not concerned about this. I said this before we even saw the first Summer League game. You can't take much of this performance with the whole year. Like, yes, we saw him play, we saw him get his feet wet, but this is nothing like it is gonna be in the season. It's similar to Wemby's first game. Like, we saw how that went, but this is just a pickup game. And thinking about the player or the archetype that Carter Bryant is, he really isn't made for the Summer League or the pickup games. He's a 3-and-D player who needs structure around him. And that is why I said this is the best landing spot for Carter Bryant, because I think if you go somewhere where they play similar to pickup basketball, like the Hornets or a team like that, a Wizards team, this would be what Carter Bryant would be doing on the floor. But I think when Carter gets a point guard to lead him and he's around a bunch of guys who know what's happening and their structure and plays being ran, not Summer League where they're just trying to ISO and people are trying to get theirs and get their contract because that's what they're fighting for ultimately. But nonetheless, I don't think he played that bad. I didn't watch the whole game. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I watched the first quarter, and after that I was like, okay, I see the type of game this is gonna be. It's really just a pickup game, and I don't really have to watch much more. I think they play again today at 5:30. I'm gonna try to watch that whole game, but I do think there are some good takeaways from this game. I think he played solid defense. He did have some knucklehead fouls, as you can see from the 7 fouls you can't foul out in Summer League, which I actually like that rule, let them play. But another takeaway I have is his shot selection. And I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily, but the way he shoots the ball, he's more of a just rise up over you more than creating space. Although I do think he has room to be a creator in the future. Nothing crazy like a heavy ISO player, not like that. But again, I'm going to keep comparing it to Devin Vassell. He shot a lot of fadeaways and like just rise up over you, tough shots kind of. His first 3 was a rise up over you 3 ball. He had a nice midi where he bumped him and then rised over him. That's what I think he can start to do a little bit more as he develops using his body, because he does have a good frame. He looked pretty big out there, bigger than what he was listed at. I think it was like 6'7". I think he's like 6'9". And as he grows, he's going to continue to learn how to use his body. But then his last bucket was a fadeaway mid-range, really Devin Vassell-esque. And so that's what his shot selection kind of reminded me of. And I mean, only 8 shots, that's not a lot, especially for Summer League. Like, he's probably one of the best players on the floor in Summer League. And so it's obvious that him not having a point guard affected his rhythm and overall touches, because no one's really trying to set each other up. Let's be real. They're trying to get some buckets, stand out, play good defense, and 1 for 6 from 3. I mean, that's not great at all. I do think that will be better. He shot 37% in college. First game jitters, first game whatever. We'll chalk this one up and see how he does in the next game. But with that being said, let's go ahead and see what Carter has to say for himself. We will be tuning into his interview after his first game. So without wasting too much time, let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, your first day out. What do you think? What's your impressions?
Man, it was fun. I mean, it's going to be tough. First time out playing against grown men. Guys that are going to be smarter, faster, stronger than you, all those things. So I think for me, everything was a learning experience. I got to be smarter a lot of times. A lot of the mistakes I made were just mental errors. So I think for me moving forward, I just got to look back at this film and make adjustments.
This might be a silly question, but
And that is the biggest thing I think he should be taken away from this game. Just the silly mental errors, and some of that is jitters, but I point to in the first quarter, it was early on in the game. There was someone driving in like on a fast break, and he just reached in and just got all tangled up in his arms and got an easy foul on himself. And of course, he's young. There's no indication that this is going to be a problem in the future. This could just be first game jitters. Now, if this continues to be something wrong in his game, I do think it will get fixed, just because he shows that he is pretty self-aware and intelligent. And so I'm not worried at all about this game, but I'm glad that he's noticing that he has to be a little bit smarter on the court.
Were there any nerves at all before this one?
Genuinely, there weren't.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, usually before every game, I get some butterflies before I go out there, but there was no nerves for me. I was just excited to go and play basketball. I haven't got to play basketball since we lost to Duke at Arizona, so for me to have Spurs across my chest and be able to represent one of the most storied franchises in NBA history, it was just, I was ready to go and compete.
And then like 23 seconds later there's this big long delay with the scoreboard. What was that like? What are you guys doing?
It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Stuff gonna happen every once in a while, so I'm not too worried about it.
What are your impressions of just the way you performed and the way you played? Do you feel like you did what you came to do today, or?
I mean, there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing for me. Like, I could have had 40. I could have scored 0 points. There's always room for improvement for me. I could have made better decisions on the ball. Could have made better decisions defensively. I got to be smarter with my fouls. Got to stay more, mentally aware of certain things. I got to understand the scout a little bit better. I feel like I did a good job of that at college, but it's a different level of basketball. The game's getting played at a lot faster pace. So, obviously, just making that adjustment and getting better game by game. I mean, this one game isn't going to define my whole career.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what I like to hear. There's also going to be a learning curve. We saw it with Wemby. Every rookie goes through the learning curve, picking up the pace, the physicality, everything of the NBA. And so that is going to be something he has to learn. But this reminds me of Wemby after his first summer league game. Just total honesty, him being honest with himself, him saying what he has to work on, pointing back to him being self-aware. That was something that we saw with Wemby. And he said he didn't really know what he was doing. That was a crazy quote back then. I remember watching that game, him being off balance, him getting dunked on by Kai Jones. He did show good playmaking flashes, and he showed flashes here and there, but overall it just wasn't a good game from Wemby, and we saw what happened when he came out the next game. But brutal honesty in the press conferences, man, that's what I love to hear. I love that they know what they need to work on.
Coach was saying that he thought the foul stuff was just being aggressive, and he doesn't mind that if you're going to make aggressive fouls. Is that kind of what you take away from it?
For sure, but it's got to be a smart aggressive. Like, a lot of them were dumb aggressive mistakes, to be completely honest with you. So I think the biggest thing for me is just making that adjustment moving forward.
What do you think of playing for Coach so far?
I love Coach.
Yeah.
He's intense. He's fiery. He gets after it, and I love it. That's all you can ask for a coach. Somebody who wants to compete and win just as much as you. Obviously, we didn't win tonight, but, I mean, it is what it is. You got to prepare for the big thing in Vegas, but you got to move forward and learn from all your mistakes.
When the real season starts, he's going to be your development guy. Do you feel like you're going to have a good working relationship with him going forward and looking forward to that?
Definitely. I think even with Coach Mike, and then even with the rest of the staff that's here with the Summer League team, I mean, I built great connections, so I'm just ready to get to work with everybody.
And so Noise, I forgot his first name, but his last name is Noise or something like that. He's coaching the Summer League team, yes, but I was wondering about his role with the Spurs, and it turns out that he is the player development coach for the San Antonio Spurs, and that makes me very excited because he came from Memphis, and if y'all know anything about Memphis, they are really good at developing their talent, kind of similar to the Spurs, but the fact that we can snag him from that organization and bring him over here to help him develop our guys, I think that's a huge pickup, just knowing what he has done and now he helped the Memphis Grizzlies. So y'all let me know what y'all think of Carter Bryant's first game. I know it was just his first Summer League game, but leave it down below in the comment section. We will be in tune with his game tonight, so let's see how he does, and if he drops a banger game, I'm gonna be on here getting really hyped for him. But y'all be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for Spurs Spotlight. Until next time, it has been your boy Chris, and I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.